well at home. Last time we have completed one lesson which was very inspiring lesson about Louis Braille, the person who had changed the life of many blind people all over the world. Okay, so in this lesson itself we are taking one more point which is using notes to elaborate. Elaborate means to give details. Okay, so how these notes can be useful for giving details. Okay, after going through this lesson, you will be able to ask questions and scan a biography to elaborate your notes. Okay, so give the details out of your notes, but how? Okay, as you have already learned, in a biography, there are the key events that happen or were done by the person. In the story itself, we have seen how Louis Braille accidentally lose his eyesight. After that, how he started thinking about how he can make something by which the people or the blind people they can read very easily. Okay, so we are going to check all these things. After that, we have understood that we can make notes using key details compressed into short sentences or phrases, correct? And we used a timeline to organize our notes on Braille in the correct sequence. Last lecture we have seen the timeline, so you know these things very well. So let's complete this lesson using notes to elaborate so that you will be able to ask questions and scan a biography to elaborate your notes. So get ready and we'll start the lesson. Okay, have your notes, these are going to help you. So for that you need to ask proper questions. Like here you can see the question, how can you use your notes to explain the events in the life of Louis Braille in some details? Like you can see here, the key points are notes helps us to understand the key details of a text. Because of notes, we can understand the key details. Like last time we had prepared timeline. In the timeline, most of the things were mentioned from birth of Louis Braille to his journey to a blind student's school, how he met that soldier, that French army man, and how he came to know about the coding language. After that, how he brought some improvement and he prepared his own set of language or that Braille system. Okay, and how he started using with the help of his students, and at the end they have given when he got died, correct? So all the key details have been mentioned in that. It also helps to explain the important details, and it gives us important details as well, like the important school, how he met that French army soldier, okay, like that. And for this we need to answer some of the questions, and we get easy answer of them. When, who, why, where, and how. Like when he went to the blind student school. Okay, who took him to that school? Why he was thinking about making some books, because in his schools there were some 14 books which were all about wooden raised letters, but they had some limitations. They were very huge, bulky, and very heavy as well, and only 14 books were available, correct? Not more than that. And where he met that French army soldier in his school, and how he made the Braille system. We know the history very well. So you need to have all these questions, and when you are going to answer this question, you are going to really use your notes in very good manner. So you should have the technique how to ask questions. So when you have proper questions, you are going to get some good answers as well. Let's check next. What questions will you ask to elaborate lost his sight? Just take an example how you can ask question, or what question you will ask to elaborate how Louis lost his eyesight. Key points. When did it happen? Okay, when he was playing with his father's that tool. Okay, and at that time accidentally he lost his eyesight, we know. Where did it happen? At home itself. You need to find out how did it happen. Okay, you need to find out how did it happen. So he was playing with his father tools. His hand slipped and he accidentally poked one of his eyes. We know that. Okay, what caused it? It caused that his wound became infected and spread to both the eyes, and at the age of 4 he lost sight in both his eyes. These were the effects. Okay, these were the effects. And what caused it? That he used those tools. The reason behind the accident happening, he used those tools which were not meant for the kids. Correct? So when you are going to ask such questions, you are going to get perfect answer. Correct? So this is how you should use your notes to elaborate. Okay, let's take some of the next questions as well. What questions can we ask to elaborate published the Braille alphabet? Like we know that he published the Braille alphabet. You know when he did published his Braille alphabet? Do you have any idea? Yes, it is in 1829, and it was called Method of Writing Words, Music and Plain Song by Means of Dots. We know that there was another word for the same, not only Braille system, but method of writing words, music and plain song by means of dots. Correct? So the important question should be, if you want to answer this particular question, when did it happen? In 1829. We know that it happened in 1829. So how did it happen? Uh, he wanted to create such a system by which the blind people they could understood, even the person one who is not blind. What were its effects? Okay, so Braille spread worldwide. Okay, it was useful, very useful for the blind, so it spread worldwide was its effect. If you have to explain a note and none of these questions triggered answers, what would you do? You need to scan the text for the specific keyword. Okay, suppose you are not getting any particular answer. In that case, what you have to do? You need to scan the text for the specific keywords in the main text and then read only the portion that relates to it. And then read only the portion that relates to it. For example, if you have to say something more about the publishing of the Braille alphabet, you would have an estimate of which part of the main text you would find the related information. Okay, this happened in the middle of his life, correct? That we have already saw. So we can find it around the middle of the text. Since this is something which happened in the middle of his life, so we are going to get clues of the same in the middle of the text. After that, you need to go to the part of the biography and scan for the keyword published, correct? After that, you need to check how his words published as a Braille alphabet. Once you find the key words, you need to read the paragraph looking for answers to the questions. If you do not find the answer to all the questions, read the paragraph before or after it. So you need to scan that particular area. Like you should have complete idea, like something which is happen in which period, like in the initial period of his life, then you need to check first or second passage. You are going to get your answer there only. Like you want to know more about how Braille started spreading, it's because of the his student, so that happened in the last portion, okay, or last phase of his life. So you need to check some last passages, so your answer would be surely there, correct? Let's take something more. What questions can we ask if we have to elaborate the note, improve the code for the blind? So what questions you are going to incorporate or you are going to ask? You can ask questions like, what code is this? How did he find about this code? Or you may ask, how did the code work? Or you can ask, how did he improve it? Or you shall ask, when did he improve it? And last question, which is very very important, what were its effects? Okay, these are the questions. By asking these questions, you will get the complete answer. Okay, regarding the note improved the code for the blind. Okay, so it is really important to have these all questions answer. Correct. Since you know that this happened in the later part of the biography, first question is, in which part of the biography does this appear? First half or second half? So simply, as you know that this happened in the later part of the biography, you will scan some paragraphs in the second half of the text, correct? Next, what keywords can we scan the text for this? The keywords will be improved and code, since we need to find out the information regarding how it was improved. Okay, how it was improved, so we need to find out the word improved and code. You will get the word in the passage wherein you will get all these question answers. So first locate the words in a passage improved, and the second one is of course code. Okay, so you need to find out these two words. Now you need to just search these two words and you will get the answers of all these questions. Isn't it very easy? Yes, it is very easy, yet very, very useful. Correct? Next one is question number 6. Here, this question number 6 is simply, suppose if you want to find out this question answer. What code is this? How did he find about this code? How did the code work? How did he improve it? When did he improve it? What were its effects? Okay, so similar type of questions are there, but how one should answer them? Students, you need to take a few minutes and read the portions in which you might find answers to these questions. Whatever notes available with you, your textbook is with you. You need to go through it once again very, very slowly and clearly. Okay, as well as carefully. Some of the answers in the paragraph which had the keywords and some answers are in the paragraph before and after it. This process of forming relevant questions and then scanning the main text first for keywords and then the answer helps to elaborate our notes on any topic. So simply, when you are going to check some of these words like code is there, improve, effects, that time you are going to get your correct answers. Means when you'll have notes or the correct notes, you need to have correct questions as well, so that you will be able to locate, you will be able to find out the correct answers also. Correct? So whenever you want any particular question answer, first thing is that you should have good notes. You can prepare your own notes. Already we have seen many techniques of preparing notes. Even the last lecture also we had prepared the timeline, which is also an important part of a notes, by which one can easily remember from starting to end. That we have seen with the help of one example from the lesson itself. Okay, the story of Louis Braille. Correct? Okay, so let's stop here. Next time I'll come up with one more lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you so much. Keep smiling, stay at home, stay safe. Today we don't have any homework, but the only homework is that you are going through this lesson once again. Okay, you are going to read the lesson once again. In case of any question, difficulty, doubt, please let me know by calling or by sending a simple message on my WhatsApp number. Thank you so much all. Good day to you. Bye bye. Take care.